Live across the Philippine archipelago from the University of Santo Tomas Senior High School, Manila, this is VOX THOMAE,
where the truth
finds its voice.
presenting the stories that shape the nation.
Good morning, Philippines!
Good morning, Manila. Today is May 22, 2026, and now you're watching
VOX THOMAE. This is Aisha Leah Buhay.
This is Maria Saisa Ario.
This is Yen Shikaro, serving you
the hottest and the most relevant news of the hour
here at VOX THOMAE. And now for the headlines.
Fuel prices continue to surge, with diesel now breaching the 170 pesos per liter mark after consecutive hikes. Despite this, a possible rollback may be on the horizon. Meanwhile, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas says the country remains among the hardest hit by global oil price shocks, but assures that the Philippine economy can still recover.
Questions are being raised over the alleged 6.7 billion peso fund linked to Vice President Sara Duterte, with critics asking where the funds came from. Legal experts also point to the possible violations tied to the reported misuse of a wealth fund.
In entertainment news, rapper Have Avi is facing controversy following his arrest, as his label releases an official statement addressing the issue. Meanwhile, actress Kiray Celi shares joyful news announcing that she is pregnant, calling it an answered prayer.
Residents in Tawi-Tawi are on alert after a crocodile sighting raised safety concerns in the area.
Former President Rodrigo Duterte is now facing trial over allegations of crimes against humanity. At the same time, jeepney groups are set to stage a nationwide 3-day strike, calling for suspension on the fuel taxes.
Filipina tennis star Alex Ayala advances to the second round of Madrid Open after defeating Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova.
State Weather Bureau Pag-asa warns that the heat index level in 3 areas may reach the danger zone, posing health risks to the public.
And in global entertainment, P-pop group Beanie becomes a hot topic after their performance at Coachella in 2026.
Those are the latest headlines. Stay tuned to stay informed here at VOX THOMAE.
This morning, we have Phoebe Corpus for a look back at the key fuel and economic developments that shape the country's outlook heading into the month of May.
Thank you, Aisha. In recent weeks, fuel prices in the Philippines saw continued increases in fuel pricing, with diesel even breaching the 170 peso per liter mark in specific areas. These continuous hikes place pressure on transportation costs and everyday necessities, affecting multiple households and businesses nationwide. However, there was some expectations of relief as global oil prices showed signs of decreasing, raising the possibility of fuel price rollbacks being implemented. Any reduction was a potential short-term relief for consumers after a lengthy period of sharp increases. At the same time, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas highlighted that the Philippines remained one of the most affected countries by global oil prices shocks, largely due to its dependence on imported fuel. Despite this, the BSP stated that the economy still had room to recover, supported by strong domestic demands and policy interventions. As we move into May, attention still remained focused on how local pricing decisions would shape inflation and household spending in the upcoming months. This is Phoebe Corpus reporting back to you.
Thank you, Phoebe Corpus. Up next, a geopolitical standoff in the Persian Gulf is quickly turning into an economic crisis. We now go to Eva El Kaisi for the latest of news.
Live. While headlines focus on the high-level meetings between the US and Iran, the reality of this conflict is starting to hit much closer to home. I'm standing here where the impact of the Strait of Hormuz closure is becoming impossible to ignore. For those following the play-by-play, the US Navy has increased its freedom of navigation patrols in the Persian Gulf after those drone strikes last night. Tehran is calling it an act of aggression, Washington is calling it essential protection. But while the politicians argue over who started it, the global supply chain is effectively holding its breath. we've received reports that 3 major shipping conglomerates have officially diverted their tankers around the Cape of Good Hope. That adds 2 weeks to their journey. For us, that means the price of electronics, car parts, and most visibly, fuel, is expected to spike by nearly 15% by the end of the week. The big question on everyone's mind, is there a diplomatic off-ramp left? The UN has called for an emergency session, but with the US demanding a complete freeze on Iran's drone program and Iran demanding an end to economic sanctions, we are looking at a classic geopolitical stalemate. Military analysts warn that we are one miscalculation away from a much larger conflict. Whether it's a stray missile or a cyber attack on the power grid, the margin for error has never been thinner. For now, the world is simply waiting to see who blinks first. Back to you, Maria and Nario.
Thank you for that report, Eva. Up next, former President Rodrigo Duterte is now facing trial over allegations of crimes against humanity. Live to report, we have Jacob Gapultos for the news on timeliness.
As the country moved closer to May, one of the most significant international developments involving the Philippines remained the case of former President Rodrigo Duterte before the International Criminal Court in The Hague. Just weeks earlier, ICC judges confirmed that Duterte will stand trial for crimes against humanity connected to allegations tied to his administration's anti-drug campaign. The court said there were reasonable grounds to believe that he had a central role in a widespread and systematic pattern of killings carried out during the so-called war on drugs. The case is rooted in years of investigation by international prosecutors and human rights groups who have documented thousands of deaths linked to anti-narcotics operations across the Philippines. This group alleged that safe forces and law enforcement units were involved in operations that resulted in extrajudicial killings, while the defense maintains that the campaign was a legitimate effort to address illegal drugs and denies any criminal intent. In his ruling, the ICC emphasized that the confirmation of charges does not determine guilt, but allows the case to proceed to trial. Duterte's legal team has continued to challenge the court's authority, arguing that the Philippines is no longer under ICC jurisdiction after its withdrawal from the Rome Statute. However, prosecutors maintain that the court remains authority over crimes allegedly committed while the country was still a member. The decision to move forward with the trial has drawn strong reactions both locally and internationally, with supporters viewing it as a step towards accountability. While critics argue it is politically motivated, the case is expected to unfold over a long legal process, with hearings and proceedings likely extending in the coming months of years. This is Jacob Gapultos reporting back to you.
Thank you, Jacob Gapultos. Filipino rapper Have Abi drew widespread attention after a video of his arrest surfaced online and quickly went viral. The video went viral on several social media sites, causing internet fans to speculate widely about the incident. For more updates, here is Amber Furia.
In April 2026, Filipino rapper Have Abi became the center of widespread online discussion after a video of his arrest went viral across social media platforms. The footage quickly spread on April 24, 2026, showing what appeared to be the artist taken into custody. Within hours, the clip was reposted on multiple platforms, gaining massive attention and sparking speculation among fans and netizens about the circumstances surrounding the incident. Following the viral speculation of the video, his record label, Urban Department PH, released an official statement confirming the arrest and addressing the situation. The label described the matter as a misunderstanding and said they were coordinating with the legal counsel and authorities to properly handle the case. Authorities later confirmed that the arrest actually took place on April 14, 2026 in QC during a police operation involving allegations related to firearm violations. The incident reportedly involved multiple individuals who were taken into custody, including the rapper. As the video continued circulating online, public reaction was divided. Some expressed shock and some expressed concern, while others urged caution and emphasized the importance of waiting for official and verified updates before drawing conclusions. Back to you, Yen.
Thank you, Amber Furia, for the updates. Up next, questions are being raised over the alleged 6.7 billion funding. Stay tuned for the details only here on VOX THOMAE. Ano ba yan? Malilate na ako. Pero wait lang, picturean ko muna to. Aray, okay lang yan. Harang lang naman yan eh.
For some, it's just a walk. But for others, the same path tells a different story.
For many of us, walking through crowded streets is part of everyday life. But for persons with disabilities, every path can bring uncertainty, obstacles, and fear. A simple journey to school, work, or home can become a challenge when accessibility is limited. Because in a world built for convenience, not everyone gets to move with the same ease.
Uy, Watkin! Saan ka punta? Okay ka lang ba?
So, pupunta sana ako sa school kaya parang obstacle course yung ginadaanan ko.
Napansin ko rin yan. Ang hirap kapag hindi accessible yung paligid. Wait, try mo tong parang device na ginagamit ko. Kasi nakatulong to sa akin nung na-injured ako eh.
Presenting a product made not just for convenience, but for inclusion. Designed to be simple, useful, and accessible for everyone. This product comes in different colors for easier identification and personal preference. For persons who are blind or visually impaired, the product includes textured markings and easy-to-recognize features that help them use it independently and safely. For the deaf or hard of hearing, visual indicators and clear signal alerts make communication and usage more accessible without relying only on sound. For wheelchair users and persons with mobility challenges, the design is lightweight, easy to reach, and comfortable to use without necessary effort. For mute individuals, the product supports easier expression and interaction through simple and user-friendly functions. For persons with limb differences, including those without arms or legs, the product is designed to be adaptive, accessible, and easier to use with assistive support or alternative movements. And for people with different disabilities, this product promotes comfort, independence, confidence, and equal accessibility. Because innovation should not only work for some, it should work for everyone.
Uy, pwede rin ba yun sa nabangga sa poste?
Sa'yo? Helmet muna!
We present Pwede Daanan, an AI navigation safety device designed for people with disabilities, where innovation meets functionality.
Built to make movement safer, easier, and more independent for everyone.
With this product, reality becomes a new experience.
Welcome to our website, a platform designed not only for convenience but also for safety, transparency, and continuous improvement. Our goal is to create a system that is accessible, reliable, and helpful for every user. The first section you will see is the recent reports and activity history. This feature records recent uses of the product, including access history and submitted reports, helping users monitor activity and ensure accountability. Next is the map section, where users can view locations connected to reports or product activity in real time. This helps make the system more efficient, accessible, and responsive during important situations. We also have a How It Works section that provides a simple step-by-step guide on how to use the product, making the platform easier to understand and navigate for all users. And lastly, the Feedback and Report Reasons section displays concern, experiences, and suggestions from users. This helps us understand community needs and continuously improve the product. Our website is more than just a digital platform. It is a system built to promote safety, accessibility, awareness, and trust for everyone.
Move with confidence, mas accessible ang daan para sa lahat.
At less bangga moments.
Kung may daan,
Dapat pwede.
Brush, 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 3 times a day. Brush, brush, brush to keep cavities away. Brush, 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 3 times a day. Brush with Colgate. Shiki, shiki, shisa. Pagkagising, brush, brush, brush. Dalawa. Sa tanghali, brush, brush, brush. Tatlo. Bago matulog, brush, brush, brush. Brush, brush, brush. Shiki, shiki, shiki. Brush, 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 3 times a day. Brush with Colgate.
#1 brand recommended by dentists.
And we are are back on air here at VOX THOMAE. Critics are questioning the source of the alleged 6.7 billion peso funding associated with Vice President Sara Duterte. Legal experts also identify potential violations related to the alleged misuse of a wealth fund. For more details, here is Alric Villavicente.
Sara Duterte, the Vice President of the Philippines, is now under investigation regarding her statement of assets, liabilities, and net worth, and the management of government funds. Legal experts and observers are now suspicious regarding the transparency of her office's finances. It focuses on a staggering 6.77 billion pesos, with reports demanding a clear accounting of where these funds originated. Now, the former integrated bar of the Philippines, President Domingo Cayosa, stated that high-ranking officials are not allowed to categorize large sums of cash under other assets in the SALN. This statement addresses concerns that such lumping of funds obscures the actual source and nature of an official's wealth. Reports have identified several legal provisions that may have been bypassed. These include potential violations of the Code of Conduct and ethical standards for public officials and employees, specifically regarding the requirement for a true and detailed declaration of assets. Furthermore, questions have been raised about the transfer and utilization of confidential funds. Legal analysts suggest that these actions could constitute a breach of the 1987 Constitution and the revised Penal Code if it is proven that funds were moved without proper legislative authorization. Again, reports demand a clear accounting of where these funds originated and how they were distributed across various programs. As the second highest official in the country, the Vice President's financial decisions carry significant weight, and the lack of a detailed breakdown has led to increased calls for a formal investigation by the Commission on Audit and the House of Representatives. Editorials continue to ask for the exact source of the 6.7 billion pesos. We are now waiting to see if the Commission on Audit or the House of Representatives will initiate formal legal actions based on these findings. This is Alric Villavicente reporting back to you.
Thank you, Alric Villavicente, for the details. Up next, Filipina actress and comedian Kiray Celis surprised fans after publicly announcing that she is expecting her first child with husband Stephen Estopia. The announcement, shared through an emotional Instagram reel on April 24, 2026, quickly gained traction online, drawing an outpouring of support and congratulations from both fans and fellow celebrities. For more updates, let's hear it from Amber Furia.
Thank you, Yenj. The social media sensation Going Pulilit star, actress, and comedian Kiray Celis publicly announced her pregnancy with her first child and is ready to enter a new chapter of her life along with her husband, Stephen Estopia. Kiray and Stephen embarked on their relationship journey in 2021 after interacting through online gaming, then announced their engagement in April 2025. After 5 months, they got together in holy matrimony in December of 2025. On a random Friday, Kiray shocked the media with her Instagram reel post last April 24, 2026 and announced their pregnancy with their first child. In the video, it was shown that Kiray was taking 4 pregnancy tests and suddenly bursted into tears when she checked the results, then called her husband to break the news. The reel was overflowing with emotions from the married couple, but their faces showed pure joy, gratitude that their prayers were finally answered and that they were blessed with a baby that will surely bring light, hope, and endless joy to their growing family. The comment section was filled with endless support, love, and congratulations from both showbiz and non-showbiz people like Cyril Manabat, Angeline Quinto, Sanya Lopez, Empress Shock, and Rocco Nacino. Other than Kiray's announcement in her Instagram account, her husband Stephen Estopia posted a video that showed the couple's hands with their birth years written, then holding them together. In the middle, their baby's sonogram was shown and marked in 2026, and the back displayed toddlers' shoes to signify their excitement, blessing, and welcoming for their baby. The media continued to spread support and love to the married couple as they embark on a brand new journey together. Back to you.
Thank you, Amber Furia. Up next, Transport Group Manibela staged another multi-day strike as drivers continue to protest rising fuel costs and call for government intervention. The ongoing transport crisis has disrupted daily commutes and forced several universities, including Far Eastern University, De La Salle University, and the University of Santo Tomas, to shift to online classes, while drivers struggle to sustain their livelihoods amid high oil prices. Let's hear it from our reporter, Elia Espeleta.
Last April 20, Manibela announced another transport strike that was scheduled on April 21 to 23, 2026, due to the ongoing crisis with regards to the increase of oil prices and as a call to action to demand the government to roll back the unsustainable prices. GP drivers first scheduled a transport strike last March 19, 2026, then many other strikes were scheduled and set after that, which negatively impacted different individuals who rely on these transportation vehicles to attend to their work, school, and other commitments. Due to these transport strikes, many schools or universities such as Far Eastern University, De La Salle University, University of Santo Tomas, and many other academic institutions decided to switch to online-based learning because of the difficulty to show up face-to-face since majority of the student population and staff relied on commuting. These schools opted to change their modality during the scheduled transport strikes in order for the students and teachers to attend to their classes and not miss out on any lessons. Many drivers continue to face challenges and obstacles with their everyday lives and work because of the extreme increase of oil prices, as to which they don't have enough to be able to pay for, since the majority of these drivers' daily average are only little and not sufficient. Nowadays, most of their earnings are put into paying for their gas, which leads to empty stomachs. Many commuters struggle to find an available ride since the majority of these drivers decided to quit their job. Despite the government decreasing the oil prices to 20 to 30 pesos, it is still sustainable, and many of these drivers will continue to fight and demand the government to act.
That report really highlights how the transport crisis is affecting not just drivers, but everyday commuters as well.
Exactly. It shows how deeply connected everything is when drivers struggle with rising fuel costs. Students and workers also feel the impact in their daily lives.
At the end of the day, it's a reminder of the need for long-term solutions that support both drivers and the commuting public. Alright, we'll be right back after these quick commercials.
The water's so clear! Perfect! Fresh yan! Galing ilog!
Sigurado ka ba? Microplastics!
Akala ko mali!
Microplastics, tiny plastic particles smaller than 5 millimeters, can be found in drinking water, fresh water, and marine environments.
They bring harm to ecosystems, water quality, and even human health. They can harm aquatic life and enter the food chain by carrying harmful chemicals that accumulate in organisms, affecting those who depend on contaminated water.
What if we could see the invisible and stop it before it harms us?
Not everything that is clean is safe, but now we can see it.
Introducing Filter Future!
You can track real-time microplastic levels, monitor river conditions near you, and get alerts when pollution spikes.
May real-time sensors pa para siguradong malinis bago bumalik sa kalikasan.
This is more than just a machine. We are driving SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation, and SDG 14, Life Below Water, defending our rivers and oceans from the silent threats of the plastics.
By securing our water and food sources, we champion SDG 3, good health and well-being, and SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. A healthier planet builds a stronger, more sustainable future for everyone.
Now we see it. Now we will.
At kaya na naming pigilan.
Filter Future!
Filter the invisible. Protect the future.
Microplastic levels in your area, high.
So hindi na siya invisible. We can actually see it now.
With the Filter Fisher app, huwag ka na mag-assume. Alamin mo na.
You can track real-time microplastic levels, monitor river conditions near you, and get alerts when pollution spikes.
And the best part? You can help directly.
Donate to the app to support machine production and maintenance.
You can also pin locations for easy drop-off and pick-up of plastic bottle donations.
From plastic waste, nagiging part of the solution.
May educational games din, so learning about microplastic doesn't feel like a lecture.
Share your repost, post your bottle recycle journey, and inspire others to take action.
You can also register through our app to join cleanup drives and community initiatives, like our fun run.
Let's finish this race to end the waste.
Kasi ang real change, hindi ginagawa mag-isa.
We'll make the invisible visible together.
Filter Future, turning insights into action and making the invisible impossible to ignore.
Excuse me miss, pwede ba kong magtanong? Lapit ng konti para sa'yo ay ibulong. May sweetie ka na ba? Pwede bang ako na lang? Sa bawat araw-araw, oras kitang pagsisilbihan. Di ako mapapagod, hindi ka lolokohin mukhang matatakot. Lahat ng bulaklak na madaan ay pupulutin. Tuwing kailangan mo ko, di kita bibitinin. Lahat ng love song aking kakantahin. Cheesy lang, di mahihiyan sabihin. Hanggang ako sa'yo sa FB ipopost, pati sa Twitter ko, so everybody knows. Mga cute pics mo sa Instagram, like ko agad, I'll be your #1 fan. Pakiramdam my heaven pag tayo holding hands. Please really miss, just give me a chance. I just can't get over you, baby. I need a little bit of you on a daily. The thought of you is just so sweet and amazing. Girl, I need you sugar, 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 sugar. I hope that you and I could get friendly. I just need
Humanity has officially entered a new era of deep space exploration. Following the successful splashdown of the Artemis II mission on April 10, 2026, NASA has confirmed that the crew of 4, including the first person of color to fly toward the moon, has safely returned to Earth. This mission was not just about reaching the moon, it shattered records, specifically the furthest any human-rated spacecraft has ever flown, reaching 250,000 miles or 400,000 kilometers. With this mission and its return being successful, NASA has officially validated the Space Launch System rocket and the Orion crew module for future deep space missions. During the mission's lunar flyby on April 6th, the crew captured high-resolution pictures of the moon, including a rare sight that has Earth just peeking above the moon's surface and a total solar eclipse viewed from deep space. Besides photography, the mission was also utilized as a rigorous test for Orion's life support system and heat shield. Post-flight analysis from Kennedy Space Center showed that the shield withstood temperatures nearing 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit or around 2,800 degrees Celsius. Engineers are currently stripping the capsule to analyze the radiation and micrometeoroids impact during the mission. With the success of Artemis II, NASA has now revised the mission blueprint for the Artemis III, which will serve as trial for Artemis IV. the mission where humans will finally step foot on the moon's surface for the first time in almost 50 years and begin the construction of Gateway, a permanent space station orbiting the moon. This is Eric Villavicente reporting back to you.
Thank you, Alric. Up next, residents of Panglima Sugala were alarmed after a crocodile was found beneath a stilt house in Barangay Buwan, a sighting that quickly spread online and raised safety concerns in coastal areas of Tawi-Tawi. For more details, let's hear it from Althea Carlos.
Residents in Panglima, Sugala were alarmed after a crocodile was spotted beneath a stilt house in Barangay Buwan. The reptile was seen during high tide, prompting concern among families living near coastal waters. A video of sighting quickly spread online, showing how close the animal had come to residential areas. Local authorities later confirmed that the area is part of known crocodile habitats and reminded residents to avoid swimming or going near waters, especially at night. They also urged the public to immediately report any crocodile sightings to prevent possible incidents. Officials from the local government and wildlife authorities also conducted monitoring in nearby waterways to assess possible risks to residents. They stressed the importance of maintaining safe distance from mangroves and osprey areas, which are natural habitats for crocodiles. Community leaders were also encouraged to help spread awareness on safety measures, especially in coastal barangays. The situation added to growing awareness of human-wildlife encounters in parts of Tawi-Tawi where crocodiles have occasionally been seen near coastal and fishing areas. Officials continue to emphasize safety precaution while also reminding the public that these animals are protected under wildlife conservation laws. This is Althea Carlos. Back to you, Yench.
Thank you, Althea, for those details. Coming up next, in global entertainment, P-pop group BINI becomes a hot topic after their performance at Coachella in 2026. Filipina tennis star Alex Iyala advances to the second round of Madrid Open after defeating Russian player Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. And State Weather Bureau Pag-asa warns that heat index levels in 3 areas may reach the danger zone, posing health risks to the public. So sit back and relax. We'll be right back after this short break.
Okay guys, okay, remember how to win.
Yes, finally. Class is done. It's finally break time. Alam nyo guys, let's go eat.
Oo nga, tara. Pero 30 minutes lang yung break natin. Tapos ang haba-haba pa ng pila. Gutom na ako.
I know now. What if we just go buy something at the vending machine? We wouldn't have to take a long time lining up.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Let's go right now, please. Okay.
A few moments later.
You want that one? I kind of want this one. That looks so good. This one looks so good. Which one's 004? Oh my gosh, there's no money.
5 minutes later.
Diba? It's only been 5 minutes since we got here, and we were able to buy what we wanted.
Oo nga, it's so accessible. No lines, just quick, magbayad, tapos nun may stocks ka na.
I really wish they sold more nutritious food. So even though it's just snacks, we could get something healthy in our bodies.
Oh, are we okay na? Umakit na tayo habang may time pa tayo. Gusto ko pa mandot ang yung Sheldon eh.
Tara!
Ang bilis-bilis, busog na busog pa ako. I still have time for myself.
You know, I love how convenient vending machines are. Like, I wonder if there's an even better way to use its technology and concept that will further benefit many people.
bin ein Heidelberger!
Guys, look at this oh. There are so many children and even adults who suffer from malnourishment. Lalo na sa Bangsamoro, Memorup, and even Manila. They're so kawawa.
Yeah, nakita ko nga rin yan, oh. Ang tagal na nga yan naging issue dito sa Pilipinas.
Guys, I think there could be a solution. We could make better machines around the country, in rural areas, so like, right?
Many individuals in the Philippines, mainly children, heavily suffer from malnutrition, and this has been an ongoing issue of our country for a very long time. Children are supposed to eat 8 essential food groups. However, the majority of the team are only available to eat 5 or less of these, leaving them deprived of proteins and micronutrients essential for their growth and development.
Additionally, many mothers also face financial difficulties and lack of resources, which restrains them from providing nutritious food for their children. As a result, many of these children resort to more accessible and cheap, but unhealthy foods to feed themselves.
UNICEF reported that 3.6 million children in the Philippines that are aged 5 and below suffer from being underweight, while 4 million suffer from stunted growth, and because of this, it may lead to negative impact on the child's growth, development, future opportunities, and overall well-being.
In order to be of help to alleviate the suffering of many children due to malnourishment, we decided to make use of the technology and the concept of vending machine and enhance it to meet the needs of these certain individuals. Introducing Vend to the Pen.
Wait, what makes your vending machine so special from other vending machines?
Okay, well, let us show you. Vend to the Pen has the same purpose and concept as a normal vending machine. It is accessible, convenient, and a quick way to purchase foods and other products. However, what makes it so different is how it is operated, who it is mainly for, and the products that are placed inside.
We decided to make it even more accessible, considering that the target consumers are those living in rural and urban areas. Since the majority of these people face financial issues, instead of using money, they will simply insert a specific amount of cash needed for a certain food product.
The food products we place are those that have high nutritional value, depending on what nutritional deficiencies the customers want to target. Now, do you understand?
Oh, I'm starting to get it now. But can you explain more on the food products you will put inside?
Okay, chill lang bro. We got you. Listen up.
Pagkain na lang, gutom na ako.
Mamaya ka na magbunte. Explain mo muna yung food products natin.
As mentioned, the food products that we plan to put inside the vending machine contains high nutritional value and targets certain nutritional deficiencies needed to address the individual to improve their growth, health, and development.
We plan to partner with brands that sell these products. For instance, San Miguel Foods offers enhanced Nutri-Bun premix, and this is commonly distributed in feeding programs held by the government. Other than big corporations, we also plan to partner with local brands and place their products in our vending machines.
We also plan to place home-cooked meals inside the vending machine and...
Home cooked? Aren't those perishable?
I-explain ko pa. Relax. Okay, going back. The home-cooked meals we plan to put inside are Filipino dishes that are known for being healthy and provide high levels of nourishment to the body, like sinigang, tinola, adobo, and much more. The ingredients to cook these dishes will be coming from our local farmers, so in that way, we are also helping them out.
Now to answer your question, before these dishes will be placed into the vending machine, it will be placed in airtight packaging and will be freezed in order to preserve and lengthen the shelf life.
That's why come and join us to take action and support our product to help alleviate the ongoing problems that many Filipinos continue to face.
Oh, narinig yun guys? Makinig kayo sa kanya tsaka sa amin. SDG2 focuses on the advocates for zero hunger worldwide and on providing healthy, sustainable food for everyone. This is our project does. This SDG aims to end or alleviate ongoing issue of malnutrition.
Kaya come join us to take action and support our product. You can help by volunteering to cook the homemade dishes, organize the vending machine, do a routine check, or simply helping and guiding the people to purchase or how to operate the vending machine.
By working as one, even through simple tasks, it can help bring success to our project, help our target audience and communities, and inspire others to do the same.
Kasali na! Hashtag ang sustansya mo, kasiyahan ko!
Vema's Vision offer glasses with sensors on the frame and earpieces showing your heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing patterns. Do you have trouble hearing things around you? Well, Vema's Vision instantly generates real-time captions. Making communication accessible for everyone. Having trouble because of language barriers?
Vema's vision translates speech in real time for easy communication, making it easier to communicate without any barriers. Vema's Vision also offers glasses that can track your heart rate when exercising and gives a warning when you need to take a break. Our smart glasses idea aligns with several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, particularly SDG 3, Good Health and Well-being, SDG 4, Quality Education, SDG 9, Industry, Innovation and Infrastructure, and SDG 10, Reduced Inequalities. The glasses are designed to support healthier lifestyles by tracking important health information such as heart rate, breathing patterns, blood pressure, calories burned, and physical activity. Its translation feature can improve communication and learning by displaying real-time subtitles and translated speech, helping people from different languages understand each other more easily. The project also highlights the use of modern technology and innovation through AI systems, smart sensors, and digital displays that can improve everyday experiences. What more could you possibly be waiting for? Come and try it out for yourself.
Welcome back to VOX THOMAE. Filipino girl group Beanie made history as the first ever Filipino act to perform at Coachella, stunning global audiences with their powerful stage debut. For more tea, let's hear it live from Sofia Medina from VOX THOMAE's very own Sofia After Hours Chica.
Mga kachika, the tea is hot, the stories are hotter, and tonight we're talking about the moments everybody's buzzing about. This is Sofia's After Hours Chica, where no issue's too small, no rumor stays quiet, and every story comes with a little extra spice. I'm Sofia, and let's get into it.
Sophia, this is more than just a music festival moment. When Beanie performed at Coachella last April 10 and 17 in Los Angeles, it honestly felt like the whole world finally saw how powerful Filipino talent can be.
Exactly, Aisha. And let's talk about the reaction online because people were shocked in a good way when Beanie appeared on the official Coachella lineup alongside huge international names like Sabrina Carpenter, Justin Bieber, and Katsai.
And you know what made it even more emotional? They became the first ever Filipino artists to perform at Coachella. That's such a major achievement.
True, and their performance was giving world-class energy from the very beginning. They opened the show in stunning golden outfits, performing a remix of Shaggity. Very fierce, very iconic.
And suddenly, boom, their outfit reveal.
Yes, they removed the golden outfits and revealed colorful tropical looks underneath. It was fun, vibrant, and very Filipino-inspired. The crowd absolutely loved it.
And of course, they performed some of their biggest hits like Tropical, Salamin Salamin, and so the audience energy was really high throughout the entire set.
But fans also became concerned after Maloy announced that she wouldn't be able to perform during weekend 2 because she wasn't feeling well.
But thankfully, the group still completed both weekends successfully. And after the festival, the members shared that they felt nervous before stepping on stage because they knew so many people were curious to see who Beanie really was.
Which is honestly understandable. Performing at Coachella comes with huge pressure and expectations, but despite the nerves, they proved that Filipino artists truly deserve a place on the global stage.
And at the end of the day, Sophia, Beanie did not just perform at Coachella. They made history, represented the Philippines proudly, and left a strong impression on an international audience.
And that's it for tonight's hottest stories. Remember, in the world of Chica, there's always another twist waiting tomorrow. This has been Sophia's After Hours Chica, where the teen never sleeps. I'm Sophia. Good night and stay curious, mga kachika.
Thank you, Sophia, for your daily dose of After Hours Chica. Filipina tennis star Alex Iala advances to the second round of Madrid Open after defeating Russian player Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. For more details, let's hear it from Eva Elkaisi.
history has just been made once again at the Caja Mágica in Spain. I'm Eva Alcaisi, and the big story tonight in the world of tennis is Filipina sensation Alex Ayala. For the third year in a row, Ayala has marched into the second round of the Madrid Open, and she did it in absolutely dominant fashion. Ayala, who is currently ranked 44th in the world, faced off against a true veteran of the sport, Russian star Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. Now keep in mind, Pavlyuchenkova is a former Grand Slam finalist and an Olympic gold medalist. But tonight, none of that mattered. Ayala took the match in straight sets, 6-3, 6-3 in just over an hour and a half. The key to the win was Ayala's incredible poise. Even when Pavlyuchenkova took a medical timeout in the first set, Alex didn't let the momentum slip. She forced the veteran into 39 unforced errors throughout the match and broke her serve multiple times to seal the victory. But it wasn't just her tennis that impressed the local fans. After the match, Alex conducted her interview in Spanish. She told the crowd that after living in Spain for nearly 8 years, she feels right at home here in Madrid. It's safe to say she's the new fan favorite at this tournament. The road ahead gets even tougher though. Up next for the Filipina ace is a showdown against the 19th seed Ellis Mertens. Can Alex keep this clay court momentum going and pull off a massive upset? We'll be watching closely. This is Eva Alcaisi reporting back to you, Yenj Icaro.
What a proud moment for the Philippines. Thank you for that report, Eva.
Weather.
Today's weather update focuses on the continuing rise in temperatures across the country as extreme heat conditions persist in several areas, bringing reminders for the public to stay safe and take necessary precautions. For more information, let's hear it from Phoebe's forecast.
Mainit na balita, Pilipinas. This is Phoebe's forecast, bringing you the latest sa lagay ng panahon. Weather ba? I got you. Filipinos are once again feeling the full force of the country's all-year-round summer, with peak heat hitting hard from March to May. Sa madaling salita, init na parang walang pahinga, at hindi biro ang tama nito sa katawan. The Philippine Atmospheric and Geophysical Services Administration o PAG-ASA has issued multiple heat index alerts, with temperature expected to soar as high as 42 degrees Celsius in Pangasinan. This falls under the danger zone, meaning prolonged exposure to the sun can seriously affect your health. Kaya naman, doble ingat po tayo, especially for those working or commuting outdoors. It's not just Pangasinan turning up the heat. Cavite and Batangas are also experiencing extreme conditions, with heat indices ranging from 40 to 41 degrees Celsius. Huwag baliwalain ang init, even a few minutes under direct sunlight can already put you at risk. Last May 5, 2026, PAG-ASA recorded a heat index of 42 degrees Celsius across 14 areas, including Dumangas, Butuan, Iloilo City, and Bulacan. Residents are strongly advised to stay hydrated, avoid unnecessary trips outside, and follow safety protocols. Kung hindi kailangan lumabas, manatili muna sa loob at magpalamig. This ongoing extreme heat continues to affect many Filipinos, with rising cases of heat stroke and other heat-related illnesses. Alagaan ang sarili, uminom ng maraming tubig, at makinig sa mga abiso. Once again, this is Phoebe's forecast na may sense, hindi lang pa-impress. Stay cool, stay safe, Pilipinas. Back to you, Aisha.
Thank you, Phoebe, for that insightful weather report. And that's the news for today, Manila. I am Aisha Leah Buhay.
For the transparency and truth, I am Maria Saisa Enario.
And I'm Yen Shigaro, here to serve you the hottest and most relevant news of the hour here at VOX THOMAE. Truth finds its voice.
Even if we don't see it, misinformation and fake news are present in some of the media we encounter in our daily lives. If we don't take caution, this could greatly affect our judgment and perspective on a matter. It would lead us into confusion and cause us to believe the wrong thing. However, understanding truth will change how we view and evaluate the information we receive. Truth is not just about facts and correct information. It is a lens through which we process reality. Truth is a way of being. It is something to live by and to commit oneself to never turning a blind eye to what is happening around us. In a world where the post-truth era prevails, where constant misinformation is everywhere, it is our duty to uncover the truth and live a life of discernment.
Our lessons broadened my perspective and taught me to think more deeply about what I do and say online. Veritas has not only shaped my thinking, but also my character and conscience by guiding me to make the best decisions and to value truth and honesty. Through Veritas, I became more open-minded and more aware of people's feelings, whether online or in real life.
Speaking one's truth every day calls for a dedication to congruence, in which one's inner values align with one outer's behavior wherever one finds oneself. Regarding your conversations and interactions with others, be honest with yourself and others by using I statements that reflect what you personally feel rather than pretending or putting on an act to impress someone. In decision making, your inner yes should matter more than avoiding letting others down, particularly on social media.
With the society we live in now, bashing and hating have become somewhat normal with social media. Even if we all have free will, respect for others should still be observed. What we share online shouldn't be to bring someone down, spread fake news, or show any disrespect to anyone.
With critical thinking, I would know the truth from the lies and what's wrong and what's right. In this ever-evolving digital social world, did that plane really hit that light pole and semi-truck? If I see someone get disrespected, I would stand up for them, and if it gets too toxic, I'll ignore them because they just want attention.
Speaking the truth in love on social media means prioritizing restoration over being right. By checking your motives before you hit post, it looks like addressing disagreements with a gentle tone and private messages rather than performing for an audience or relying on public call-outs. Ultimately, it is the commitment to value the human being behind the screen more than the debate itself.
The media can shape your self-image by providing constant highlight reels for you to compare yourself. This often leads to unrealistic standards for success and appearance that can distort self-esteem. It influences your view of others by using stereotypes, by framing what is considered normal or standard. It can narrow your worldview because you will think this is the normal thing to do.
Using media and journalism for public good can start with being an ethical internet user. This means disseminating information responsibly through online platforms without inadvertently propagating fake information. Particularly at this time when most Filipinos readily accept whatever they read on the internet, media can be used to validate information encountered online, while journalism is essential for creating educational and informative content that can positively transform the society.
I sometimes wonder if what I share and consume on social media actually helps or just adds to the noise. Deep down, I know I value integrity and try my best not to believe or spread fake news without evidence. Still, there were times I reposted things just because they felt funny or relatable without checking if they were true. And that makes me question whether I'm contributing for the better good or just adding negativity online. But I also know it's not all negative because I share things that genuinely matter to me or might help others informed or understood. I know I'm still figuring it out. I try, I fail, and I learn, and never want to be the cause of someone's pain or doubt because of what I shared online.
Using my voice and platforms to promote truth and human dignity requires a conscious, consistent effort to be a force for good in today's ever-evolving digital landscape. Creators must share accurate, well-researched information, while consumers should evaluate their sources. By supporting meaningful stories and organizations, we foster a culture of truth and compassion, challenge injustice, and resist information. Each platform, no matter how small, has influence, and by encouraging respect, We promote truth and shared humanity.
To really figure out what's worth it, I have to stop go with the flow and actually start second thinking decisions before I commit. When I hear something new, I must check the facts myself instead of blindly trusting a headline. To make sure it's actually backed by solid evidence, I also need to analyze my own actions and see if they actually benefit people. Because being a true Thamasian is defined by doing work correctly and treating others right. With a schedule that's already packed between classes, gym, and my goals for the future, time does not wait for things that don't matter. So being honest if a specific task will benefit others and myself is important.
In the digital world, I am represented by the things I post, share, and say online, and this affects how others see my identity. The second part of my identity, though, should not be my online persona, but rather my own faith, values, and character in the absence of others. A true digital identity has to be honest, kind, respectful, and embody the same values I try to practice in my everyday life.
My digital footprint is not merely a trail of data, but a real-time broadcast of my character and ethics. When I express my ideas transparently and honestly, the distance between myself and the public allows truth and integrity to thrive. Respect and compassion shape how I bridge cultural and linguistic divides, keeping my interactions inclusive, thoughtful, and empathetic. Whether translating complex ideas or initiating projects for undeserved communities, demonstrating quiet resilience that turns digital spaces into supportive networks. This approach transforms the footprint into a positive force, honoring the dignity of others and proving the internet can radiate kindness to those who may never meet.
I shape my digital footprint through the choices I make online, such as what I post, share, and support. However, algorithms and the desire for approval can sometimes influence my behavior by encouraging me to seek likes, trends, or validation from others. To build an intentional digital footprint, I should stay mindful of my values and make decisions based on who I truly want to be rather than what gains the most attention.
The stories, voices, and values I would prefer to prioritize or further amplify online are those that the majority of the public pays little to mind to, simply because they don't personally affect them. Many people don't pay much attention to news or communities that face many issues such as poverty or malnutrition and depend on the government to act. I want to amplify their voices and let other members of society realize that they too can take action and help them realize the number of people who continue to suffer and how those who are blessed and have enough can assist these people even through simple things. My digital presence can become a channel of light, understanding, and compassion by sharing thoughtful, truthful, and uplifting content while treating others with full empathy and respect, even in times of disagreement. The advantage of social media in the digital world is the huge impact that one voice can make. So with this power, I believe we can use it to inspire and share positivity with those around us. It is important to focus on positive rather than the negative. Furthermore, fostering understanding can create a more inclusive, united, welcoming, and compassionate place for everyone. I like that.
I would respond by first listening carefully and then trying to understand their situation. Then I would acknowledge what they're going through so they feel seen and respected. I would support them respectfully without speaking over them. And if someone is being treated unfairly, I would calmly call it out without creating more conflict. If the situation becomes too toxic, I would step back while still showing support in a safer, more responsible way.
I can transform my digital actions into a reflection of what my Christian calling is by practicing compassion and kindness in online interactions.